This is June, a 17-year-old teenager living with her parents. She is in a relationship with her boyfriend, Glenn. One weekend, June's parents went out of town, so Glenn asked if he could visit her and sleep over. She was initially hesitant, but agreed eventually. Glenn wanted to take advantage of the situation and asked June if she wanted to have sexual intercourse. She immediately declined because she was not comfortable. However, Glenn decided to force the issue and force himself on June, threatening to leave her if she refuses further. June was left helpless and eventually agreed against her will. Feeling very wrong about what happened, she eventually broke up with Glenn. The memory of the experience continues to haunt her and traumatize her even years after. Have you experienced something similar to June? Did you know that forcing someone to have sexual intercourse or sex without consent is one example of gender-based violence? But what exactly is gender-based violence? Let's take a closer look. Gender-based violence, or GBV, is an umbrella term for any harmful act that is perpetrated against a person's will and that is based on socially ascribed differences between males and females. It includes acts that inflict physical, sexual, or mental harm or suffering, threats of such acts, coercion, and other deprivations of liberty. These acts can occur in public or in private. It can affect women, girls, men, boys, adolescents, and the gender diverse, such as the LGBTQIA community. It is one of the most widespread human rights violations. It denies the human dignity of the individual and hurts human development. GBV is mainly rooted in gender inequality and a power imbalance in society. This kind of abuse affects not only physical health, but also mental health. This may affect a person's self-worth and self-esteem. In addition, this may increase the risk of self-harm, injuries, substance abuse, sexually transmitted infections or HIV, unintended pregnancies, anxiety, and depression. So what are the most common forms of GBV and how exactly are victims affected? Physical violence, which can include actual, attempted, or threatened physical harm, assault, or battery. Sexual violence. This can be in the form of actual, attempted, or threatened rape, sexual abuse, harassment, and exploitation. Socioeconomic violence. This includes discrimination and denial of opportunities or services, such as denial of civil, social, economic, cultural, and political rights. Emotional and psychological violence. This includes verbal abuse, insults, humiliation, cruel and degrading treatment, as well as restrictions on liberty and freedom of movement. This can occur both in physical and virtual settings. As in June's case, because of Glenn's threat to leave her, she was forced into a situation that was totally against her freedom and her will. Regardless of form or degree, GBV can have serious long-term and life-threatening consequences for victims and survivors, ranging from a variety of health problems to permanent disability or even death. It negatively impacts a survivor's self-worth and quality of life and exposes her or him to further abuse. Survivors also risk rejection from family, society, and can even get arrested, punished, and sometimes abused again, just for seeking help. GBV is a serious matter, which should never be taken lightly. Remember, you are not alone. If you or anyone you know is suffering from any form of GBV or abuse, don't hesitate to talk to someone you trust or to seek professional help. We are always here for you. If you need to talk to someone, don't hesitate to reach us through the following channels. Rest assured, all your information and data will be kept safe and confidential. Talk to us, because we all have the right to live free from violence and be protected from GBV.